You reap what you sow. The choices you make define your place in society. Those are common threads in a work by our next guest. Derek Thomas is here to tell us about his book, Tell No Secrets, Speak No Lies. Derek, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And he brought a copy of the book with you, and we'll hold it up here. That way the folks at home can see it. One of the things they're probably going to notice outside of the title here is Burg down here underneath this, as if this book were written by Burg, and in part that's true, right?
Yes, that's correct. Burg is my pen name. My name is Derek Thomas, of course.
Is that a big revelation? Did we just break some news?
Yeah, you did.
Well, good, absolutely. Now, what made you decide to write with a pen name? I know a lot of authors choose to do it and some don't.
In my case, I've always been known by my nickname, Iceberg, so I just shortened it to Burg and used it, so I can continue to be familiar with those who knew me.
There we go. Now, tell us a little bit about your book. A lot of it's about dealing with adversity in life, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I wrote the book basically just to show the consequences of making bad decisions. The book is comprised of 3 stories. In 2 of the stories, 2 young men, they choose to take a street life as far as being, drug dealers, and one of the characters, who goes by the name of Tizo, he chooses to rob for a living. And in the 3rd story, it's about a young lady. She's a 16-year-old young woman, and her mother puts her into a very uncomfortable situation when she remarries. She moves into a household with with her stepfather, who is abusive to her. Yeah. So I made sure I put a spin on it, not to glorify any of the negativity that goes on in the book, but to actually show that, for every action, there's reaction. So I point out the consequences of everybody's decisions.
There you are. Now, are any of these stories based on real life per se, maybe things that happened in your life or others that you knew and grew up with?
I mean, the book is fiction, of course, but
Right.
it is based off true life events. I wouldn't necessarily say someone that I know personally, but I have lived. I wouldn't necessarily say the usual life. I grew up in the projects, so I've seen a lot of things, and that inspired me to write this book.
So, in your eyes, none of this is far-fetched. It's all very plausible, even though it is fiction.
Yeah, that's correct.
Now, when things happen and we do things, you mentioned that this pretty much defines your role in society. How does that work? What are the sort of things that get us a good spot in society, and what are the things that get us a bad one, so to speak?
Well, like I said, with the characters in the book, I think that if someone chose to, say that they're going to make a career out of dealing drugs, they got to know that, the consequences could, most definitely be prison or possibly death. Right. It's not a lot of happy endings when it comes to those type of decisions, especially when we're talking about someone choosing to rob others and take from other people who probably work hard for a living. So I think that that the straight road is a narrow road, but if we decide to take that road, then I think that it's more gratifying, at the end of that road.
Super. Derek, thank you so much for being with us today, and best of luck with your book. And if you want to, tell the folks at home really quickly where they can pick up a copy.
The book is available at Amazon.com, AuthorHouse.com, Barnes & Nobles, and a few other places as well. But if you check local bookstores and it's not there, you can request it.
All right, and I think you can Google it too, and it should pop up somewhere as well.
That's
and remember, it is Burg.
Yes.
There we go. That confused me, so glad we got that cleared up. Derek, best of luck with,
Thanks,
luck
man.
with Burg.
I appreciate that.
Who is the